Hello again everyone, Melth here, with more of my Baldur's Gate 3 challenge run, details of which are in the YouTube video description. This time we'll be battling Raphael, one of the toughest fights in the game in the House of Hope. As always, watch out for spoilers throughout this run. Alright, so it will be a major nuisance getting all the summons and critters gathered together. Let's get on to that, I guess, and hopefully that will take care of itself mostly in the background before I free Hope.
Now.
Okay, we'll have Minthara do it because she has an offhand weapon slot and can dual wield for it. The hammer itself is an okay weapon. As a stat stick, giving spell resistance is alright. Being able to cure stuns and paralysis is something you should be able to do with spells at this point in the game, probably. But like, it's a warhammer, so it's, two-handable for decent damage with Great Weapon Master, and it makes you resist spells, so that's something, but you should probably be able to just shift to pretty much focus on offense at this point and not need to worry so much about that. But I can't say it's bad by any means, it's okay.
Free! I never thought I would be believed I could be hoped I might be. Heads will...
She'll go wildly back and forth in confidence level.
We must dress the Hollyphant in the room.
Don't talk about Hollyphants. Don't make me think about Valeria. I hate her so much. But we finally got rid of her.
So terribly mutilated.
I don't know why she doesn't look terribly mutilated, to be honest.
Don't hold back. Tell me how bad it is. We both know that's not true, but thank you for being so kind. We'll carve our way to the entrance hall and chop Raphael into messes. That's the hopeful version, of course. The likely version is...
He is one of the toughest fights in the game, but they're still overhyping his difficulty level, for sure. Now, Hope, our new companion, is of slight value, I would say. The problem with her is that her dexterity is just trash, and so her initiative is trash, which means that she is useless. But if you give her an Elixir of Vigilance, she does have some decent spells to show, so, that's something. I guess we'll do that. It's kind of a waste, we'll only have her for one fight, but, oh well. We'll give Minthara back the weapon that we want her to have, which I think will be the Staff of Arcane Blessing, maybe. As part of my general shift toward pure offense, I might take this off of Karlach for this fight at least and boost up her spell save DC with maybe the Robe of the Weave or something. Can take off that hat too. It has kind of dis-synergy with the way I've been doing things with the Band of the Mystic Scoundrel, at least for this fight. In this fight, you don't want to have an arrow bounce and hit Raphael, so you would not want to use an arrow of many targets prematurely. So you would want to use the bonus action to get set up with that, but that then has dis-synergy, as I said, with the Band of the Mystic Scoundrel, so we'll give her instead, I think, the Hood of the Weave to power up her spell save DC.
Let's get going.
Okay, then up the ladder we go. And I think we're expecting to be attacked at any time now, but there is zero danger until we hit the "Do you want to leave" button over here. I really wish to go with the narrative tension and ominousness that there was any actual danger in the House of Hope, but it really is one of the game's easiest areas until this one fight. And this one fight is pretty tough, but I feel like they should have had some kind of actual time limit till Raphael pops in and just starts, causing problems for you. Let's go with undoing group modes, so we don't have people wandering in the wrong ways or whatever. And we'll get our main characters up near the front. Now, I could pre-buff, of course. I think I will choose not to, just to make things harder, basically. Add challenge. I'll just go over there and activate that portal, and then Raphael will pop up.
Time slows.
And Hope goes into a terrible position that we can't really fix.
The master of the house is coming.
I don't fully get to what extent he is the master of this house versus her, because she will, as we find out, be able to just banish people from the house at will. Except for Raphael himself, I guess, for some reason. Which, shows that she has great power here for some reason. Very showboaty entrance from Yurgir for a guy who we just killed like 2 days ago.
that I loathe. Litters of kittens.
A few of your least favorite things.
The noise and the chaos of it all in my world.
Devils hating chaos is, of course, kind of core of their identity.
And there is...
I wish to point out, Raphael, you had rotten food on your table. Rot is entropy, which is chaos. Tut tut, what will the other devils think?
In doing so, you brought the chaos of your world into mine. I will not abide.
Now, in character, Ballista is pretty sure we're about to just crush this guy. But he does not want Raphael to know that. So he'll pretend to be scared so Raphael will stay here on this one plane where he can get killed, rather than flee like a smart person.
You've given me no other choice. I offered you liberty, and you've chosen death. It's the fatal flaw of mortal kind. Take away their free will and they call you a tyrant. Allow them to indulge it, and they become tyrants. You would have been heroes if you'd only dealt fairly with me. Instead, you're not so different.
So we'll let him rant here about how we're like Karsus or whatever. Well, we're just kind of sizing up to see where we want to aim.
Ash.
Wrong! 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 They will save their world and smash you to smithereens.
It's this charming naive.
He's going to immediately do a 180 on this for some reason. He's had like a 100-year-long project of trying to break her mind and have her join him, rather than killing her.
You're suitably chastised.
This isn't a rebellion. It's a revolt. I'm revolting.
You sure are. But yeah, now he's going to just kill her instead.
Dies today. Commander, you can salvage a trophy from the...
You can convince him to join you, but that would go against my challenge run goal of, not having enemies split up and join me or otherwise diminishing their forces like that. As an ally, I find him to be less than worthless anyway, but doesn't really matter.
Will make fine trophies.
If you have any last words, make it quick. It will only take a moment to finish you. Now...
So here we're going to call back to a couple of his lines from the beginning of the game, so I like that. Oh, you're a Cambion. Not even a real devil. A half-devil, half-mortal. The kind of devil that real devils bully in lore. And we're supposed to be intimidated. We started off this adventure killing like 3 Cambions at once when we were level 1, dude. But anyway. Let's have a look at things. So Yurger got quite lucky and beat our guys in initiative, other than our main characters who he literally could not beat. For the rest of our guys, he had to get lucky basically. We have better initiative almost across the board than he has. Raphael, of course, is the real threat here. He's got 666 HP. I said last time, I kind of wish media would just stop propagating the silly notion that is some kind of magical devilish number, rather than just being a really obvious code for Nero Caesar that everyone at the time was meant to recognize. Whatever. He's very robust seemingly, but this AC will go a lot lower once you take away his soul pillars that power him up, basically. So, that is our first priority. He also has this one crucial vulnerability. I've said before, I like a lot how pretty much every different boss in this game has at least one very different from each other weakness. So if you pay attention to their stats and have like an average party that covers most things, even if your party's not very well built, you can just dominate pretty much every boss fight on strategy alone. With Raphael, it's the biggest weakness of all. Just control spells, just kill him. He has garbage wisdom, and he doesn't even have legendary resistance. So you cast any good control spell at him, because that's the main saving throw for it, he's just done. He's got this feature here, but that is completely irrelevant, because you can just recast the spell the next turn, or just kill all his allies during the one turn when he's helpless. So that will be my strategy here. You don't even need to worry about his legendary action if you just command him or whatever, so we'll just do that. Alright. Let's get set up back here with a haste, I think. And when I say haste, I mean, haste Spore Grenade. I would never ever cast the spell haste, and neither should you. It is always superior to use splashed speed potions and haste Spore Grenades.
It's over. This house.
Alright. Now, we've rigged the place to blow up, basically, with the rune powder hidden away behind the pillars. We will now ignite that, I think. Hope positioned herself terribly, so she's going to get blasted, but, you know, that's just her being a dummy. Now, the explode radius of those things is a little bit deceptive. It is just barely shorter than the generic attack range of something like a bow or whatever. So if you do a blast from outside its range with an alchemist fire, you should be okay to pretty much reliably detonate it from safety. But for whatever reason, against the soul pillars, the range just sucks. I can't explain it, but they will not hit a soul pillar unless they are really close to it for some reason. They'll hit other things beyond the soul pillar easily, but not the pillar itself. So this will only hit this one pillar. Hits Hope over there, it hits like that, can be there, but does not hit this thing, and wouldn't unless I had moved it like here almost for some reason. Minthara is doing this because she's my least important attacker, basically. So she'll blow up the other one too. Now we actually failed to blow the thing up. It might burn to death in real time anyway, sometimes that will just happen. So we better be careful, it might just go off in a couple seconds here. Well, we'll need to destroy these ones manually. You know what, screw it. I'm gonna just throw another Alchemist Fire and just blow it up. Oh, it just lagged up hard there. Okay. Bit of a waste of an action there. We'll be okay. I've had all kinds of bugs tonight with animations not working and things like that require me to restart. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Speaking of animations not working. Alright. Will that fix itself now? Will we actually get to do this fight properly? I hope so. So, where can we be efficient in breaking the remaining soul pillars? The Woodwode could do it, but he's lost initiative hard, so he's worthless to us. I guess you could do a decent job of it. You can maybe fly over here and ice blast some Cambions and also the soul pillar at the same time. That would be fairly efficient. Yeah, you know, it helps. I guess just do Heimel Strike on it. And then get out of there.
Sometimes the only way out.
One blast from you will on average deal with that thing. And two blasts from you I think will on average deal with your gear pretty easily. Let's try that. Now we rolled horribly there on our damage against your gear, I think. So, alright. Whatever. We're not going to be efficient here. We're going to just play through things faster because I've had enough of animation bugs and things making me have to retry this and retry this and retry this. Okay. So, Hope. You could do a Radiant blasting on them with Divine Intervention. They'll take a bunch of damage on you, but that's fine. What I think we'll do first is have you go into the Haste Spores, and then we'll also have Karlak do her control spell on Raphael. We are basically guaranteed success here at this point, I think. Tell him to grovel 90%, and if he succeeded that, somehow we have cutting words to make him fail anyway, so he cannot win this. Animations just stop. It's a shame that one of the coolest fights in the game is having this happen. Alright, so as I was saying, we might have Hope cast a spell to blast enemies here. First, I think I'll have you fly over there so you're not in the heal range I'm going to do also. Because I don't want him to get healed and ruin his Lobitar's love thing that we have going on here. So out of your spells, you've got, we can upcast like a mass healing word to 6th level or something. So we'll do that. We can do like a Divine Intervention at high level, I think. Where's her Divine Intervention? Divine Intervention. Let's do the just blast them one. It's not like the most powerful one, but it's pretty fun. She'll take massive retaliation damage, but that's okay. Sure. Alright. She drops, she comes back at 1 or something due to Death Ward, I think. And all of their protection is worn off at this point. So, now Davis can hit them with impunity.
go from here?
Music is cutting out. He's supposed to have really cool music where he's singing it, and it's special, and the game is just buggy and ruining that.
De execro.
What's my hit chance? I'd like to know. Critical miss. Yeah, we're having rotten luck. Who cares? Okay. Well, a long delay there before we heard any sound, but okay. So we'll stand over there. He is now vulnerable to piercing damage, and so is that Cambion there. Astarion, you've got your haste, right? Yeah, okay. So let's turn off that so we don't steal our own kill or whatever, and fire off an arrow of many targets that do pretty massive damage to him. It didn't bounce to anyone else, but we got our kill. Okay. We could fire off fiend-slaying arrows at him for pretty massive damage. That's what we've been getting him for, I guess, so we'll do that. Why not one more? Yeah, we could have Hope Bash Raphael down, but I don't care as much about that. Wait, did this not go off? What? She can do this again? What? Okay, maybe we will do that again, because that's funny and not supposed to work that way. You should get this only once per adventure, but maybe it's not set up right for her? Huh. Never saw that before. So what do you know? Hope actually got the kill on Raphael. Good for you, I guess. Alright.
Come on. Can't stay.
Well, with that, you've got bonus actions and you've got your Dread Ambusher shot. We'll take out that one with that. We still have so many guys left who can go and attack or whatever, but I don't think we're going to need even like half of them. Alright, so I had tons of resources left in the bank there. I was not using things like Chain Lightning. I just was dealing with bugs and silliness, but I beat them all in like half a round there. How about that?
Pinch yourself and check we're not dreaming the last of our lives as we die screaming.
I guess it's the haste spore grenade cloud around here making things look silly here. Yeah, I did want to put up more of a fight. And I also wanted the game to do his music and for things to have animations.
What a wonderful, jubilant, glorious day. But my poor sister...
She was garbage.
It is not right that
I guess we can say similar things though.
And that makes me want to weep an ocean.
She spent like a century torturing you and helping a literal devil with things. Screw her.
You don't know the half of what she did. When we were
Maybe you don't know the half of what she did, because she did other evil things beyond just be awful to you here.
She pulled my hair. She was my sister.
So, okay, when you were a kid, she beat up other people, and basically did kid-sized violence. Now, to protect you, allegedly, but, like, I don't know. Baldur has interpreted that pretty negatively, given that she turned out to be pure evil in adulthood.
Enough love in my heart to guide you home.
For the first time since you heard her voice, hope seems calm, and the peace flows from her into you, soothing your very soul.
And go where?
Anywhere but this place is in the literal hells. I don't know how it got moved here, but you won't be able to survive against the devils here, so...
Paint and a thorough cleaning. This could be a lovely little house. And I can hardly...
Alright, well, a silly character, Baldur is ready to wash his hands of her, and pretend this never happened.
Without hope. I hope I'll see Corilla again one day. And that she'll say sorry. And I'll tell her she's forgiven. I hope I find all the pieces of my mind that fell out of my head over all those years. And that I'll be able to put myself back together again. I hope the echoes of pain will fade.
Well, good luck with that silly character. We'll be out of here.
And I hope...
Alright. We got some good gloves for monks. We don't have a monk in the party. Oh, did Hope just burn to death off screen? Well, sorry about that. I guess we'll loot things here, then head out. I think there's only garbage on most of these people, really. She used to drop a really powerful shield, but not anymore. Give +2 armor class of 4 total, that is. That's a neat effect, but not really good. I guess she must have been on fire from the divine intervention. Okay. So Raphael has this armor, which is pretty solid. I mean, it can't compete with having one of the good medium armors and having actual dexterity, but it's decent. And the nice thing about it is that you can use it even if you're not proficient in heavy armor, so that gives it some genuine value for certain characters at least. Being resistant to fire and burning should not really matter that much. And these diaries show that he had all these prophetic dreams about what could go wrong here, as I recollect. Is that another set of... yeah. He has all these dreams, basically, that should indicate that we're dangerous to him, but he foolishly forged ahead and didn't take any kind of precautions. Okay. Well, do we want to switch up any gear? Not really, I'd say. Maybe we'll send some things to camp. I guess we'll just go on through and we'll confront Helsik next. Though actually, maybe I shouldn't do that in this session if animations are just bugging and not happening. Maybe I should just cut my losses here and do that fight next time and hope that things will actually be working.
And freedom. All to steal the Orphic hammer.
And a bunch of other artifacts. Don't forget that. And kill a bunch of devils, which is worth it on its own.
I've already told you that the Githyanki prince only wants to see you dead. But it seems you still do not trust me. That is not my definition.
Your definition of trust is that you lie to us all the time. Screw you.
As the chosen, their distrust of one another is their undoing. We must not make the same mistake.
Yeah, we work together, but only your way. The instant we show any independence, you then betray us. None of these options really make sense, but we'll go with that.
Disappointed to hear that. Nonetheless, our fates are bound. And in the absence of a happier union, I will accept a useful one. You may think yourself ingenious for having slain a devil.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have merely ironed out a wrinkle. The Elder Brain will not be such an easy foe. It is time we resume our journey to find it.
Alright. Well, we'll hope for animations and music and so forth working properly next time. Thank you for watching, everyone. And a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. The Irreverent Reverend, Master Knight DH, Jackie and Lino, Travis, Andrew Curzon, Trubsy, Oliver, Kronish, Jago, David Kovchanov, Gregory, Broken Box, Jenna M, Just, Becca, Jack, Nubiana, Nicholas Schmuck, Kostya Nesterovich, Frederick Brun, Emperor Kong 420, Robin, Stefan Von Zill, Eddie, Mina, Ali Kasamoglu, Skylar Sauce, Nick Myers, Emp Ninjas, Chupaton, Diabetic Cat, Marvin Fang, Max, Afro Samurai, Lodestone, Bic Mars, Brad, IJ23, Rodrigo Lopez Dato, The Coding Owl, Silent, Eldridge, Zadira, Wisconsin Cheese Wizard, Peanut Butter 89, and Nicholas Halden. Have a great day, everyone.